Let's review what you have learned by drawing a map of the main events in the Old Testament. First, let's draw the basic geography of the land of the patriarchs, but this time leave off the labels. We'll need that room on our map to add some different details as we finish the Old Testament overview. Pause the video if you need more time to draw a map that looks like this. In this part 1 video of Lesson 5, let's do a brief review of what you have learned so far. Abram was born in Ur of the Chaldeans. Sarai, Abram, Lot, and Terah left Ur and moved to Haran, where Terah died. While in Haran, Abram received the 3 promises from God: land, seed, and blessing. Abram left Haran and journeyed to the Promised Land, where he was renamed Abraham by God, which means father of a multitude. The promises were also given to Abraham's son Isaac and Isaac's son Jacob. Jacob was also given a new name by God. His new name was Israel, and Jacob's 12 sons become the 12 tribes of Israel. The Bible follows the story of Jacob's son Joseph. Joseph was sold into slavery by his brothers, but ended up second in command of all of Egypt. Because of the severe famine, Joseph's family, all the sons of Israel, moved to Egypt. Joseph died in Egypt, and the children of Israel stayed there for 430 years and grew to a nation of 2.5 million people, but they were slaves. God raised up Moses to lead the people out of Egypt across the Red Sea to Mount Sinai. While at Mount Sinai, they received 2 things from God. First, God gave them the law. The law can be summarized into 3 kinds: moral, civil, and ceremonial. They also received the plans for the tabernacle. Next, God led the people up to the south side of the Promised Land, and they sent 12 spies into the land. 10 of the spies reported that the inhabitants of the land were too strong for the people to conquer. 2 of the spies, Joshua and Caleb, said the people should not fear but trust God. But the people did not trust God. Because they chose their way and not God's way, they wandered in the wilderness for 40 years. During that time, everyone over the age of 20 died, except Joshua and Caleb. After 40 years, the people of Israel came up to the east side of the Jordan River. Moses gave a big speech, which is the book of Deuteronomy. And then Moses died, and Joshua led the people. After Joshua conquered Jericho, and then most of the Promised Land, God's people were led by a series of judges. After the judges was the time of the prophets and the kings. God gave the people the kind of king that they wanted when he chose Saul to be the first king of Israel. But Saul eventually did things his way, not God's way, so God removed him and chose David, a man after God's own heart. David was the second king of Israel, and it was David who also received the 3 promises from God. David's son Solomon was the 3rd king of Israel, and it was during Solomon's reign that the people of God experienced great prosperity and rest from all their enemies.